Madeline. I'm sorry this book is overdue, or this video is overdue, but I wanted to read you a story today. You have a copy of this. It's one of our favorite books. It's called The Rabbit Listened. They're snuggling, by Corey Dorfield. One day, Taylor decided to build something new, something special. That's her focused face. Something amazing. Taylor was so proud. But then out of nowhere, oh no, look at her. She's so surprised. Things came crashing down. What a mess. Look how sad and disappointed she is now. The chicken was the first to notice. Cluck, cluck, what a shame. I'm so sorry this happened. Let's talk about it. Cluck, cluck. But Taylor didn't feel like talking, so the chicken left. Next came the bear. Rawr, rawr, how horrible. I bet you feel so angry. Let's shout about it. Rawr, rawr, rawr. But Taylor didn't feel like shouting, so the bear left. The elephant knew just what to do. Trump-a-da, I can fix this. We just need to remember exactly the way things were. But Taylor didn't feel like remembering, so the elephant also left. One by one they came. The hyena, hee hee, let's laugh about it. The ostrich, gulp, let's hide and pretend nothing happened. The kangaroo, what a mess, let's throw it all away. And the snake, shh, let's go knock down someone else's. That's not very nice. But Taylor didn't feel like doing anything with anybody, so eventually they all left. Until Taylor was alone. She doesn't look like she's feeling any better. In the quiet, Taylor didn't even notice the rabbit. But it moved closer and closer until Taylor could feel its warm body. Together they sat in silence until Taylor said, "Please stay with me." The rabbit listened. The rabbit listened as Taylor talked. The rabbit listened as Taylor shouted. The rabbit listened as Taylor remembered and laughed. The rabbit listened to Taylor's plans to hide, to throw everything away, to ruin things for someone else. Through it all, the rabbit never left. And when the time was right, the rabbit listened to Taylor's plan to build again. "I can't wait," Taylor said. "It's going to be amazing." We love this story and how it emphasizes the importance of just showing up for people. Now, you can't always fix their problem, but you can be there to support them and listen. Anyway, while we're here, I thought I'd read you another one of our favorite books. This book is called The Smallest Girl in the Smallest Grade, written by Justin Roberts. There she is. Hardly anyone noticed young Sally McCabe. Where is she? Look at all these kiddos. Some of them are being so mean and fighting. She was the smallest girl in the smallest grade. Look it, she can barely see over her desk. She's so little. Sure, her name could be heard in the daily roll call, and she marched with her books down the same school hall. But hardly anyone noticed young Sally McCabe. And they certainly didn't know, or at least didn't mention, that Sally was paying super extra special attention. To the abandoned kite with the tangled string, to the 27 keys on the janitor's ring, to the leaves as they turned green to gold in the fall, to the time Tommy Torino was tripped in the hall. That's not very kind. She watched as the wildflowers tipped toward the light and heard the howl of a hound dog late one night. She was there when the stray cats who normally fought conducted a meeting in the church parking lot. She She saw Kevin McQuinn get pushed off a slide. Oh no. And the oncoming tears that he wanted to hide. Not kind. And she'll never forget that parent-teacher day when Billy's much larger father suddenly dragged him away. He was the same kid that pushed somebody down the slide. But through all the mean words and all the cold stares, no one even noticed that Sally was there. And they certainly didn't know, or at least didn't mention, that Sally was paying super extra special attention. She's seeing all these things that are happening where kiddos are not being kind to each other. She'd seen how a whisper could make someone cower, like a bulldozer crushing through fields of wildflowers. And it kept piling up, this discarded debris. Those beautiful kites tingled in trees. All the flowers are getting smashed. So on February 3rd at 11:29, Sally stepped straight out of the lunchroom line. She said, "I'm tired of seeing this terrible stuff. Stop hurting each other. This is enough." She put her foot down and her finger up. Now, a few laughed out loud or didn't care that there was some girl with her hand in the air. But then something super extra special happened that day, as Howard O'Henry suddenly set down his tray. Look, another kiddo's doing it now too. Like waves rolling in one after another. First Molly rose up, then Michael's twin brother. It was Tyrone and Terrence, then Amanda and Paul, pushed out their chairs and stretched their arms tall. Ella thinks that one's Sally McCabe. She's got the shortest arm. From the friendly lunch lady with the dishes she carted to that new third grade teacher who had only recently started. Yes, everyone there, even Principal Claire, had joined little Sally with their fingers in the air. And though hound dogs were destined to howl at night, and most stray cat meetings would end up as fights, and kites would continue to get stuck in trees, they all felt for a moment like the janitor's keys, fastened together with a heavy steel ring that held all the secrets to unlock everything. As the world returned to the way that it was, Sally noticed the difference, as she usually does. When Billy paused briefly to open the door for Mrs. O'Connell and 17 more, or when Molly scooched over to make some space on the coral riser for Ellen and Grace, these moments that often get taken for granted, a wildflower appearing that no one had planted. The swings soon resumed their rhythm and sway, and day turned to night, and night turned to day. People remembered and would quite often mention that Sally had been paying super extra special attention, and how the world could transform and a change could be made by the smallest girl in the smallest grade. Look, now everybody's playing together and being kind and taking turns. I don't see any more frowny faces on the playground. And look, another kiddo's helping her because she's little. This is also one of our favorite books. It's just a reminder that it doesn't matter how old you are or how big you are, even if you're the smallest kiddo, your voice can still make a big difference. So I hope you use yours, and I hope you like those stories, and I hope we'll get to see you soon.